What's the unpopular opinion that you have about parenting that you know is going to make a lot of parents mad? I'll go first. Your children, they do not owe you respect. You have to earn their respect the same way you have to earn everyone else's. A lot of y'all think respect is following your rules and not being rude to you, but we follow the law and we don't respect the law. We listen to our teachers and we follow their directions and do what they ask us to do as well, but we don't always respect our teachers. Your children can do everything that you ask them to do and be the perfect child in your eyes, but it does not mean that they do respect you or that they have to.
Your older children are not your designated babysitters, and it's not their responsibility to watch your kids. I mean, it's amazing if they want to do it, but you can't get mad at a teenager for not wanting to watch their fucking 3-year-old sibling when they have an actual life that they want to go do. I understand if they're living in your house rent-free, that's the bare minimum that they could do for you. But at the end of the day, they didn't have a kid, they didn't choose to have a kid, and it's not their responsibility to look after them.
If you have a child that is marginalized in a way that you are not, you need to be seeking out information and resources from adults that share your child's marginalization. Because a lot of y'all are way too self-absorbed. You think there can possibly be any gaps in your knowledge, and then you end up fucking up your children. Especially white parents who adopt kids of other races, because I know way too many POC adoptees with horror stories. Like, y'all need to get it together.
I actually got into a fight with a mother of 9 about this on TikTok last January. I'm gonna bring it up again. Forcing your kids to finish everything on their plate before they get up from the dinner table or eat foods they don't like before they can get up from the dinner table is a form of trauma, and it actually leads to binge eating disorders because you're teaching young, impressionable kids that don't know any better to ignore their hunger cues. And that idea is going to follow them into adulthood and lead to a poor relationship with food for the rest of their life and likely a binge eating disorder. Also, punishing them if they don't finish their food, like taking away TV or not giving them dessert, is a form of trauma also. It's such an outdated parenting method, and if you refuse to listen to anybody telling you to stop traumatizing your kids, you're a bad parent. There's so many studies on this, it takes one Google search.
Y'all be quick as fuck to hit your child, but would not run up on an adult who disrespected you with the same energy, because you know you'll get your ass hit right the fuck back. Y'all take pleasure out of hitting little humans who can't defend themselves, and half the time don't even have the mental capacity to understand why they're being hit, so you're just teaching them to fear their parent. If you rather instill fear in your child than earning their respect and understanding and teaching them why things need to be done a certain way for their safety or what so have you, you should not become a parent. Simple as that. Because now you're just giving your kid all these traumatic things that they have to unlearn and get through as an adult, and most likely they won't, and they will continue the cycle of harming their children instead of just being good parents. Okay? Kids are people, and they should be treated as such.
Ooh, I love this one. I love this one. I also have brought this one up, and it does piss a lot of people off, but it's okay. My boys have had all the talks. They've had the rape talk, they've had the domestic abuse talk, they've had the talk to respect women, to treat women with respect, and to be open about your feelings. But they've also had the talk that just because they are a boy does not mean your daughter gets to walk all over them. Your daughter hits them once, you have the right, you can contain them with that one hit. They hit you twice, you still can contain them with the second hit. But your daughter hits my child 3 times and we have a problem. And I hope that you've taught your daughter respect, because after that 3rd hit, my child has the right to rock your daughter's shit.
That we genetically are carrying mammals. Society is trying to change it to where we are cash mammals. And what I mean by that, for people who don't understand that concept, cash mammals are like does and fawns. So the doe will leave her fawn somewhere, right? Next to a bush or a tree. The fawn knows to lay there and be quiet, not to say anything. Mama will return in 4 hours. Her milk supply is also genetically built to only feed her kid, her baby every 4 hours. Versus an ape, which is a carry mammal, their milk supply is on demand. If a ape was to put their young down on the ground and just leave, that baby's just going to immediately cry and scream. And for some reason, people don't understand what's wrong with their kids, but it's because
A lot of your children don't respect you. They're fucking scared of you. And once they get to the age where they're no longer scared of you, all the respect you think they have for you is going to go out the window and you're going to be fucked.
So I'm choosing violence. There's a study out of the UK. I will find the citation. I'm just not having luck with Google today, where they looked at young offenders who received therapy themselves and then young offenders who did not receive therapy to see whether or not they offended again. The rate of offending again was the same. But they found that when teen offenders, their parents went to therapy, kids stopped going to jail. They stopped getting into trouble. They stopped lashing out. And this matches with what I've seen as a high school teacher, that most kids, when they are doing really bad stuff, it is because of something at home with the adults in their life. So if something's going on with your kid, I would talk to them. I would get into some therapy and see what's up.